Now in this video, I'm gonna give the Texans a 99 overall quarterback in every Madden I own until they win a Super Bowl. Now we're gonna start this one in Madden 08 because 07 they don't let you edit rosters. But in 08, you can see for yourself, µkbirds, the 6'5", 243 pounder is a 99 overall. You have guys like Andre Johnson, D'Amico Mufasa Ryans, Flanagan, Dante Robinson. I'm on green. Every Texans roster is gonna be different. So, you know, there were years when they had good rosters, just didn't have enough at the quarterback position. So we're hoping that this video can help them hoist the Lombardi. First season, they go 3-13, last in their division. MVP went to, of course, Peyton Manning. µkbirds, 30 touchdowns, only 4 picks, 3,400 yards, had 101.3 passer rating. Like, he did his thing. I'm on green, was cooking. What happened? Why did they do so bad? Andre Johnson, like, I really don't know. Hey, it's only the first Madden. Plenty more to go. Here we go in Madden 09. We have Ckbirds once again at a 99. Mario Williams up to a 97. Andre Johnson, 96. Ryans, Okorji. So they have 5 guys in the 90s. Owen Daniels at tight end. Dante once again. Team's looking pretty decent. I think they can make a deep run. At least make the playoffs this time. Second simulation, we have some improvement. They go 8-8, 500 on the season. Brady wins the MVP this time. Ckbirds had a worse passer rating and worse stats. 25 touchdowns, 9 picks. I'm on green, had a worse year. Everyone regressed. That's not what I wanted to see, even though the record got better. And you can see for yourself, Ckbirds still a 99. So right now, he's going to have to do a better job carrying this team. First year, they actually separated the accuracy and all the throwing stats, besides just throwing power and throwing accuracy. So we'll see if that plays any part into what his stats look like at the end of the year. But once again, ckbirds at quarterback for the Texans. 98 over Andre Johnson. Mario Williams still in the high 90s, but that's it for the 90 overalls on this squadron. They got Steve Slayton, 87 overall running back. Daniels is still solid. Dante, 7-9 on the season. Didn't even make the playoffs once again. Brady with another MVP. Look at Ckbirds finally in the top 5. Not to mention he made the Pro Bowl, so he's doing his thing out there. Look at Andre Johnson. He also made the Pro Bowl. Mario Williams makes the Pro Bowl as well. Best pass rating so far we've seen from Ckbirds. 42 touchdowns, only 12 picks, 4,600 yards. No 1,000-yard rusher. 3 yards per carry for Slayton. So the run game not doing the best, but Andre Johnson, 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns. This dude in his prime. If you didn't get to see him, go watch some highlights, man. He was an absolute stud. Mario Williams, 10 sacks to lead everybody, man. 3 Maddens down. No playoffs yet. We are now in Madden 11. Now the only question left is will we have to exit the Ckbirds era before we even see them make the playoffs, man. Andre Johnson still in the high 90s. Same with Mario Williams. Miko's back in the 90s. Cushing, 87 overall. Bernard Pollard, very hard hitter at safety. And then there's another drop off into the 70s, man. Slayton down to the 70s. Run game might suffer. There's Arian Foster though, a young Arian Foster. So if we don't get it done in this Madden, just stay tuned because there's going to be some Maddens where he's in the high 90s. The bad luck continues. They go 8-8, the best record they've had so far. But once again, they missed the playoffs. Breeze ends up with the MVP. Ckbirds ends up 3rd in MVP voting. He's doing all he can. At this point, I don't know what else he could do. Okay, maybe throw a little less interceptions. I don't know how he ended up that high in MVP voting. This is his worst pass rating so far. Almost had 5,000 yards. I guess back then that was a big deal. 33 touchdowns. Run game I knew was going to suffer. Less than 3 yards a carry for your top 2 running backs is not very good. Andre Johnson, very consistent. 3,000-yard receivers in this Madden. So maybe they're, you know, on the up and up, at least from the receiving position. But yeah, they need an Arian Foster. So hopefully in the next couple Maddens, they can get a great run game. Their top 5 players in Madden 12 are all on offense. Ckbirds, of course, Andre Johnson. Now Arian Foster is up to a 92. Vontae Leach, 91. And Eric Winston, a 90 overall. Miko, Mario Williams, Owen Daniels, Cushing. This is their best chance. Like, this is actually a really good Texans roster. Even before I edited ckbirds, you have a rookie JJ Watt. So that era is about to start. Even if they don't get it done here, it's going to happen in the next couple Maddens. I'm almost sure of it. As we simulate, this is a perfect time to like the video for good luck, man. Let's get some playoff football in this Madden, man. We're like 6 Maddens in, please. That's what I'm talking about. 12-4, tied for the best record in the AFC. Taking a look at the team schedule, man. Once again, I don't know how to force win in these older Maddens, so just wanted to show you it real quick so you know there's nothing crazy going on. They had 2 top 5 finishers in MVP voting. Andre Johnson finished 5th, ckbirds finished 2nd. 41 touchdowns touchdowns, only 11 picks. Greatest ratio we've seen from Ckbirds so far. Foster, 4.3 yards per carry. I told you all they needed was a decent run game and they're gonna thrive, man. Andre Johnson, arguably his best season, 23 touchdowns. I think he ties the record with Randy Moss for the most receiving touchdowns in this season, if I'm not mistaken, or at least very close. He might have broken it. I don't know. Either way, one of the best seasons I've seen from a wide receiver. D'Amico once again dominated. Connor Barwin, you know, former Philadelphia Eagle out there cooking, leading this team in sacks. D'Amico top 3 along with Mario Williams. They got a bye, of course. So we're going to simulate this week. And now they're going to play against the MVP Peyton Manning. 2 overalls higher than us. But hey, I have faith. Let's see if they can get off to a good start, man. 15-minute quarters. I wanted to make it as realistic as possible, even though they have a 99 overall quarterback, man. Ckbirds, hey, like I said, he started at like in high 80s. So this is not too far-fetched. He would have got a few overalls higher as the season progressed. 17-17 at halftime in the biggest game of the season, man. Texans have the lead. They extend the lead, 38-24. Let's keep it going. Matter of fact, let's go all the way to the end. 38-31. Texans get another one. This is a close game, high-scoring game. Tied up. Texans take the lead. Neil Rackers with the game winner. Shaw with a decent game, man. 21-36, 2 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Foster, 10 yards a carry, 152 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dominant performance to help them get to the conference championship. This could be the season. Next up is the Denver Broncos, who are also 12-4. This time we have the +2 overall advantage. I want to do one drive on offense and defense just to get some sort of gameplay. You can't super sim from the broadcast angle just yet. Like, that's not a feature in this Madden. So I want to see if we can just get some sort of gameplay, because they might win the Super Bowl in this simulation. Let's see, they're in zone. Oh yeah, Owen Daniels wide open, getting us across midfield. I think that's B-Dog at the free safety position making a tackle. So they had him, Vaughn. It was DeMarcus Ware on his team at this time. He was easy. Probably had to be on this team around this time. Okay, this time we get nice blocks to the outside. I'm loving the way they're moving the football, man. If I can move the football with them, then they're in good shape. Okay, let's just be honest, man. Jacoby Jones over the middle. I love going back to these old Maddens and doing the QB sneak just to see if it was as OP as it is in some other Maddens, man. Ckbirds gets the touchdown. Great drive to start out. Orton at quarterback with no Sean Moreno, Demaryius Thomas. Wow, yeah, this team was definitely carried by their defense. Let's just call a spade a spade. Oh, that's a nice dot. I spoke too soon. Good defense, fellas. Great defense. Oh, he's going deep. Please make a play on the ball. I couldn't click on. I didn't want to mess it up, but they get the catch anyways. Hey, man, if they're not going to make a play on it, I might as well just click on. Who cares what happens? At least give yourself a chance. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if we can bend but not break right here. Oh, Miko can't get the touchdown save and tackle, and we have a tie game. 34-34 in the 4th quarter. Very close game. We take the lead late in the game, and we hold on. Man, Ckbirds is taking his team to the Super Bowl. 1 touchdown, no pick. 6 broken tackles. Another 3 touchdown performance by Arian Foster. 138 yards. He deserves this Super Bowl appearance. Same with Andre Johnson. Now let's see if they can win it. The 14-2 Saints led by Drew Brees. Going to be a very tough opponent. Once again, they have the 2 overall advantage. Just want to take a look at the Saints depth chart real quick. Brees is a 96. Mark Ingram at running back. Marquise Colston, very underrated wide receiver. Lance Moore. Jimmy Graham, okay. 96 overall, Carl Nicks. 98 overall, Jari Evans. So their O-line's disgusting. A young Cameron Jordan, a rookie Cameron Jordan. 88 overall, Will Smith on the other side. Sean Rogers and Sean Ellis at D-tackle. Jonathan Vilma at MLB. Yeah, the Saints team was disgusting. Jabari Greer at cornerback, along with
Tracy Porter, who made
that amazing interception in the Super Bowl. They ended up winning. Malcolm Jenkins at safety, along with Darren Sharp. I cannot lie to you, I am very nervous. I think this is going to be a very tough one. All right, I mean, come on now. You saw the team, you saw the roster. Somehow it's only a 3-0 ball game. Technically, we're staying in it, you know, 6-0, keeping them to field goals. That's 3 possessions in the red zone. They only have 9 points. The problem is we haven't gotten any points, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. There we go. We get a touchdown on the board, 7-9. Let's just go ahead and sim to the end. Let's see if we can win this bad boy. The Saints take a huge advantage. We're down 8 late in the game, and we lose. 14-22, man. Breeze with the Super Bowl MVP. Foster with only 3 yards per carry. That was the key. If they stop Foster, they're going to win. They knew that coming in. Unfortunate, man. But hey, the video goes on. We are on to Madden 13. Never mind. I forgot that in Madden 13, they don't let you edit players. So we're just going to skip this one. Move on to Madden 25. Here we go. Madden 25. Schaub and JJ Watt. So the Texans have 2 99s in this one. Dwayne Brown 96. Andre 96. Foster 94. Leckler 92. Another solid Texans roster. They have a rookie DeAndre Hopkins. So will we see him at a higher overall? Honestly, I hope not. I hope we can just get the W in his rookie season and give him the Lombardi. At Brandon Brooks, another former Eagle, man. Yes, I would love for them to get the Lombardi in this simulation. They go 12-4 on the season. Quick scroll through the schedule. Only losing to the Patriots, the Colts, like really good teams. I didn't play any of the games. No forced wins. Schaub ended up 8th in MVP voting. 24 touchdowns, 9 picks, less than 3,600 yards. Not the crazy season, but Foster almost 5 yards a carry. 1,500 yards. Andre Johnson, once again, very consistent. Hopkins as a rookie, 6 touchdowns, 692 yards. Brian Cushing led the team in tackling, 9 sacks for JJ, 5 for Whitney. Divisional playoff game against the Patriots and Brady. We're down 2 overalls, but that's never stopped us in the past. Going straight to the end of the game, 15-minute quarters. Once again, we strike first, but then the Patriots answer back. We have a nice little lead at halftime. Very high-scoring game, over 60 points already. Heading into the 4th quarter. This is really close. 49-49, tied up. Late in the game, we take the lead, but here come the Patriots. Overtime in this one, and New England gets the W. Brady with the game winner. Look at the stats, man. 800 yards, 700. I might have to make it like 12-minute quarter, maybe 10-minute quarters, because this is just ridiculous. Would have been fine with it if we ended up winning, but hey, the Matt Schaub era ends with no Super Bowl wins. He got there once, but yeah, now we're going to try a different quarterback. Madden 15, this was the Ryan Fitzpatrick year in Houston. He only played 1 season on the Texans. Him and Watt, once again, 99s. Andre's down to an 89, so we have to get him one before he retires, man. He's getting old, but here is DeAndre Hopkins. 87 overall in his 2nd year. Brooks is a little bit better, so they have a good roster. Once again, Kareem Jackson, Jonathan Joseph. Clowney was a rookie. This might be the season. They go 11-5 on the season. Make the playoffs. They got a wild card game. Got some good wins in here. 51-0 against the Jags. Romo takes home the MVP. Fitzmagic doesn't end up in the top 10. He had 100 pass rate and 22 touchdowns, 6 picks, less than 4,000 yards. Foster had a nasty season, 4.3 yards per carry, 1,200 yards. About the same amount as Andre Johnson. We had 2,000-yard receivers, Hopkins being one of them. Cushing once again leads us in tackling. Kareem Jackson, most interceptions. Clowney, most sacks. First game is against the Broncos. We're just going to sim straight to the Super Bowl. We end up losing 26-34 to Peyton and the Broncos in the wildcard round. Unfortunate end to the season. Could not get Andre Johnson a Super Bowl. I don't know if he's going to be on the next roster. I guess there's only one way to find out. 99 confidence. 99 consistency for 99 overall. Brian Hoyer in Madden 16 leading the way for the Texans. Another 99 overall for JJ. Hopkins is up to a 96. Joseph's in the 90s. Wilfork's on the team. And there's no more Andre Johnson. We could not get that man a Super Bowl. 13-3 this time with some solid wins, man. Beating the Chiefs, beating the Bengals, another shutout this time versus the Jets. Russell Wilson takes the MVP this time. Hoyer ends up in the top 7. He was 2nd in the league in passing yards. This might be one of the highest pass ratings we've seen in the video. 30 touchdowns, only 12 picks. 1,000-yard season for Foster. 10 touchdowns for Alfred Blue. So 2 guys in double digits for rushing touchdowns. 2,000-yard receivers. Jalen Strong being one of them. Cushing once again leads us in tackling. JJ, 20 sacks. Clowney, 60.5, 10.5 for Whitney. You also have big Vince Wilfork. Man, I think this team could go far. I hope. After our first round bye, we got a game against the Bengals. Let's see if they can take care of business. And they do. 34-27. Being Andy Dalton in Cincinnati. Hoyer with a disgusting game. 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Hopkins was dominant. We need more of that, man. Let's go. Huge game against the 13-3 Broncos. Let's see if they can get it done. I'm going to sim to the Super Bowl. And they lose 33-10. We get blown out. Another heartbreaker, man. Peyton Manning ends this team season. And like every Madden, bro, he needs to relax. Being in the AFC is really tough, man. This is the Peyton Peyton, Brady, and then of course Mahomes in a few years. Like, it's just gonna be really tough. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware. Yeah, the Broncos were nasty this season. On to the next Madden. 4 straight Maddens where the Texans have different quarterbacks starting. Brock Osweiler this time is a 99 along with JJ. Hopkins, the only other 90 plus on the roster. Lamar Miller, the new starter at running back. I feel like we might have missed our window to get the Super Bowl with the Texans. They go 10-5-1. Yes, they tied against the Lions in week 8, but another playoff berth. At least they're making it every year. Romo wins the MVP. Osweiler ends up 4th, 7th in the league in passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 17 picks. Lamar Miller had a 1,000-yard season. Alfred stole a lot of touchdowns. Will Fuller had the most receptions, so they might have enough firepower wide receiver even without Andre Johnson. We are going to see, man. JJ, of course, leads the team in sacks. Clowney was right there. Can we get the W in the wildcard game against the Patriots? No, we cannot. 30-9. This time it's Brady who ends our season. LeGarrette Blount went bonkers on the ground, man. It's gonna happen. We're not ending this video until we get a Super Bowl with the Texans, or at least we're gonna keep on trying until we run out of Maddens, man. On to the next one. We have now entered the Deshaun Watson era. He was a rookie in Madden 18. JJ and Hopkins, the other 90 pluses on the roster. Still have Lamar, still have Clowney, still have Jonathan Joseph, DJ Reader on the team now. I don't know, man. I feel like they have at least one more good run in them. First season in a while where they don't make the playoffs. 6-10, last in the division. Rodgers wins MVP, but I feel like this is gonna be the story the rest of the simulations. I hope I'm wrong, okay? Watson, what a good season, but the Texans would not enough around him and Hopkins to get the job done. I'm really hoping they prove me wrong, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too hopeful with only a few Maddens remaining. Second year in the Watson era. JJ's down to a 98, him, Hopkins, Clowney, and now the Honey Badger in Houston, so maybe he's what we needed to get over the hump. Him and Justin Reed, that's a nasty safety duo. Lamar Miller still at running back, so you have everything you need. Demaryius Thomas, Jonathan Joseph. I'm liking this Texas roster. It's one of the best in a few Maddens. They go 11-4-1. Another year in which they end up with a tie. This time was against the Browns in week 13, but they made the playoffs first in the division. Brady wins MVP. We still haven't seen a Texans quarterback get MVP. Watson ends up 7th, over 4,000 yards. Nice ratio. Lamar's 3 yards shy of 1,000. Demaryius had the most receptions. Hopkins most yards. And then on defense, you had Jadeveon lead the way in sacks. Will it be enough to get past the Chiefs in the wild card? Nah, this is getting ridiculous, man. They lose again, 30-24 against the 8-8 Chiefs, man. Mahomes gets them the W, man. Why? Why can't we just get past these great quarterbacks, man? It's unbelievable. This time, Watson has escape artist to Madden 20, so maybe that's what we needed, man. Finally, to get some abilities. I'm gonna see if I can give him X Factor once we get into franchise mode, but no more Honey Badger. Kenny Stills now on the roster. Duke Johnson, Bradley Roby. So secondary is gonna be pretty good. They squeak into the playoffs this time. They go 8-8. 500 wins them the division. I'm not complaining, man. At least we get to see them in the playoffs. But yeah, they barely squeak by the Titans, man. They had the same record. Mahomes wins MVP, but Watson was right there. He ends up 2nd. 32 touchdowns, 10 picks, over 4,200 yards. Completion percentage was crazy. 6 more touchdowns on the ground, along with 521 yards. He almost outrushed Lamar Miller, so I'm not too happy with our run game. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Hopkins couldn't get 1,000 yards, but JJ had 17 sacks to lead everybody. Can we win the wild card game as the underdog this time, man? We've been favored in a lot of these games, and now we lose as the underdog as well. 31-24. This time it's Baker who outplays our 99 overall quarterback, man. That's just inexcusable. Deshaun had a rushing touchdown, but it still was not enough. Madden 21, Watson and Watt, the only 2 guys in the 90s. No more Hopkins, so we missed out on getting DeAndre a Super Bowl, and now we don't have an elite wide receiver. I mean, Brandon Cooks, he's really good. I wouldn't call him elite. Him and Full, that's a nice duo, but obviously, you know, it would have been nice to get it with Hopkins on the team. David Johnson, our new starting running back, you know, not the same David Johnson that was in Arizona. It's not looking too good, I'm gonna be honest. Tunsil on the team at left tackle, that's gonna help, but the rest of the O-line not looking anything crazy. They go 10-6, 2nd in their division, but they still make the playoffs. Titans ended up with 1st. Ooh, we finally got an MVP at the very least. Deshaun Watson takes it home for the Texans. Here's his MVP season. Less than 4,000 yards passing, 42 touchdowns though, 11 picks. He added 7 more touchdowns on the ground, almost had 50 touchdowns total. David Johnson, 3.6 yards per carry, not in love with our running game. Receiving game looks okay. Cooks, Cobb, Chubb, Fuller, decent trio. Watt, of course, leads us in sacks like he always does. 6 picks for Roby. And guess who they're playing in the wild card, man? Their division rival, Tennessee. And yet another wild card exit, man. They go 35-13. Watson did actually pretty good. Our defense let us down, man. Tannehill just destroyed us. Henry only had 2.2 yards per carry. How do you lose a game where he does that bad? Okay, well, AJ Brown went off, all right? 3 touchdowns. We had absolutely no answer for him. Madden 22, the only 90 plus is the quarterback, Deshaun Watson. His last year on the Texans, Tunsil, Cooks, Reed, and Desmond King. The only guys at an 80 or above. I'm just hoping they can at least make the playoffs in this one, man. They finished 8th in passing yards a game, 12th in the pass defense, but everything else, bottom 7 in the league, man. They go 6-11, worst in their division. Mahomes takes home the MVP. 4,400 yards for Watson, 30-8 touchdown reception ratio, 900 yards for David Johnson with 14 touchdowns. But Amendola led the team in receiving, man. I just don't know where they go from here, man. Hopefully CJ Stroud can save the day in the last Mad. Our last chance to get the Texans a Super Bowl. Tunsil and Stroud, the only 90 plus overalls, man. I try to make it as updated as possible so we have guys like Dalton Schultz on the team, Devin Singletary on the team, Will Anderson's here, Robert Woods at wide receiver. But it's gonna be Dameon Pierce, who hopefully has a great season. 8-9, they don't make the playoffs in the last simulation. Final MVP goes to Josh Allen. Stroud ends up 8th. He had the most touchdowns in the league, 35, only 6 picks, 4,300 yards. Completion percentage was not the best. I knew that one that we lost in Madden 12. I knew that one would come back to haunt us. Could not get the Texans a Super Bowl win. We got them there, but they could not hoist the Lombardi. Leave in the comments the next team that doesn't have a Super Bowl that we should do in this experiment. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.